Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Monday, May 11th, 2020. So happy birthday to all the Tauruses having a birthday. Today is my birthday. I turned 53 today, and so I decided to do one of my favorite things, which is do readings. So I'm going to do readings for my birthday, and probably not much else, but that's okay. I might go to Walmart later on. A big outing to Walmart. I need a few things, not a lot. But, you know, that's always an adventure nowadays to get outside. Right, Taurus? And Walmart is always one of the busiest places to go, so it's almost like going to a nightclub, because at least there's people there. So that's what I'm doing today. Anyway, Taurus, this is a general love reading for the sign of Taurus. Because it's general, it can't pertain to anything, relationships or otherwise. Be flexible with the energy. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So parts of the reading may resonate, parts may not. Take what does, leave behind what doesn't. Hopefully by the end you'll get something out of it that you feel is worthwhile. That will help you out in some way, shape, or form. Okay, Taurus? By the way, if you're new or unfamiliar with my channel, Carmilla is on her travel cage, sitting back there. She and I are not getting along this morning. She's been bitey. She's been bitey for the last week and a half. And just before I started the video, she was sitting on my shoulder, but then she bit my finger. And yeah, she left a wound, but actually the wound was from a previous day, and she made it bleed again. So there's my finger. I'm bleeding out, and I may be dead in the next 20 minutes or so. If that's the case, please call an ambulance, send them over. Maybe they can save me. Hopefully they will not declare my death a COVID-19 death, because I am not sick with COVID-19. So they can't declare it as a COVID-19 death if I'm not sick with it. Anyway, I don't even know if I told you. If you're new or unfamiliar with my channel, that's Carmilla, and there is more information in the description box below pertaining to my channel, my videos, and my readings. So have a look there if you want to get more information. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's get started. Taurus, let's see what's going on with you guys. Here we go. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse. The Hermit. Ace of Cups. Judgment. Nine of Wands. King of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you might be giving up on something, letting something go, no longer working for it. I feel like you've made a decision to kind of release yourself of something. It feels like it could be related to an emotional connection. Could be a relationship or connection. Something you've had on your mind for a while. This might be a decision you've been trying to make for a while, Taurus. You might have felt stuck or unable to make the decision you were hoping to make. And I feel like at this point in time, you kind of, maybe you're getting ready to free yourself from thinking about this one way or the other. I feel like you're either giving up on thinking about it, or you're letting something go. And again, this could potentially be a connection or relationship that's on your mind. Doesn't have to be. The King of Wands in reverse could be your energy. I feel like it probably is. But again, be flexible. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. And if you are a female, you can embody the King of Wands energy. So the King of Wands is a natural born leader. In the reverse, he could be somebody who is in a position of power and maybe misusing his power. He could be manipulating other people. He could be somebody who's given up his power or allows other people to control or make decisions for him. This could be somebody who feels incompetent or feels incapable of doing what's required in the position that they are in. And again, I get the strong sense that you are done fighting for something, or you're just throwing your hands up, waving the white flag, throwing in the towel, saying, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm through. With Judgment out here, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, this could be a very significant decision that you are making, something that will affect your life and the path that you are on. So this isn't just you know, giving up on trying to figure out what you're going to have for lunch. This is not like, I can't decide. Do I want tacos or do I want a sandwich? I give up. I can't take this anymore. This decision's too hard. It's not that kind of decision. This is a kind of decision that will affect you significantly. And what's going on, Sylvester? Sylvester's over there meowing. He just had a snack. He knew what he wanted for lunch. He had some cat food. He doesn't get a choice, so his decisions are easy. So now we have the Nine of Wands in the upright position, clarifying the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Ace of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Swords in reverse. The Star is clarifying the King of Wands. And then we have the Six of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Wands. So we have Queen of Cups on the table. I do believe this is somebody that you're dealing with, but I want to remind you, Taurus. I just did Aries. Taurus, if this is reading is resonating for you, this can be somebody that you're dealing with, or it could represent your energy. I'm reading for the King of Wands, but this could be you. Okay, be flexible with the energy. And if you're a male Taurus, you can still be the Queen of Cups. This is somebody who is a very compassionate and loving individual. This can be somebody who's very intuitive. The Queen of Cups is kind of like a lady in waiting, or I should say someone in waiting. This is somebody who has a lot to give, especially when it comes to connections and relationships. But she doesn't go out there and you know, she doesn't go out there seeking her partner. She kind of waits, and when someone worthy of what she has to offer comes around, then she's there and she's willing and she's able, and she is definitely one of those people that puts in the level of energy that's required to maintain a significant relationship, a loving relationship. This could be an intimate or romantic partner. Could also indicate a family member or close friend. But this is somebody who is not afraid to show her emotions and express herself and put into the relationship what she receives. Or I should say, you know, she puts in and she expects to receive the same in return, because she is a very loving and compassionate energy. And, but again, she doesn't just give that kind of energy to anybody. I feel, Taurus, that this might be somebody that you've been fighting for, or somebody that you have been moving toward, and this might be the person that you're kind of giving up on, or somebody that you've just decided is not worth your time. Maybe you're not even clear about how you feel about this person anymore. You may be unclear about this connection or where it's going. Maybe you don't know how you feel anymore. So it could be that you just drop this all together. Again, we have the Page of Pentacles out here in reverse. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So I feel like you're giving up on maybe pursuing this person, or giving up on the relationship if it was already an established connection. You might be removing your energy from this connection, or just not willing to put any effort into it. Seven of Swords in reverse can indicate needing to make things right, needing to fix past wrongs, maybe needing to come clean, confess, come out with something. But the King of Wands is feeling like letting go of this or leaving this behind is what he's hoping for, even though he feels like it would be very disappointing, something that would probably might even affect other people. This is a family member, for example. Could be that if you let go of this connection, that other people would feel disappointed or feel a loss, with the Six of Wands in reverse. I do get the sense that you really feel like you need to make a decision one way or the other, or maybe it's something you've been thinking about for a while. Maybe you feel like you don't even have a choice anymore, like it's just kind of like enough time has passed, or you've dwelled long enough on this decision that you kind of feel like it's been made for you. Maybe you don't have a choice in the matter anymore, and you do have to give up on this. Maybe you feel like you're incapable of making things right with this person. And that's why you have to give up on it. Let's get some more cards out here, Taurus. So we have Judgment again. And Seven of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Seven of Wands, this time in the upright position. Knight of Wands. Five of Swords in reverse. Ten of Wands. And the Three of Cups. I'm just noticing my finger looks like it's not, obviously I'm not bleeding out. I don't think you need to call the ambulance, 911. But it looks redder to me. Sorry, Taurus, I'm distracted. It's Three Cups. So I do feel like this could be a connection within a group dynamic, a group of friends, family, co-workers. I feel like this is something you're walking away from, and it very well could be, again, with, you might have mutual friends, mutual co-workers, and other people might know about the connection or the relationship, and I feel like others are disappointed or sad for you, or it could actually affect other people. If it's in the workplace, if this is something you're walking away from, or a connection you feel like you need to let go, it could be that your work performance is suffering. And again, if you're a boss, for example, if you are the King of Wands and not this Queen of Cups, and maybe you are, maybe you are a boss or a manager, whatever, you have a lot of responsibility. You might feel like letting this go will help you regain a certain level of control. There's Sylvester. He's coming by to say hi. He's going to balance on the back of the rocking chair. Gonna look out the window. See, now I have to stay really still on the rocking chair, because if I move back or forth, he could fall off, because he's had trouble with the balancing act back there the past couple of days. Sometimes he'll stand on the cushion and he's okay, and I can move around, and I can tell he's coming to sit in my lap right now. Sorry, Taurus, I'm distracted. But I feel like maybe you think that letting go of this connection, and I feel like this is something that has been established over time, or something you've been thinking about for a long period of time. I think this Queen of Cups has love for you. Maybe that's what's been difficult regarding this decision that you have on your plate here, that you know how this person feels, and you know that they've invested some time and energy into this connection, and so letting this go would be painful and difficult. There is there could be some kind of past event, or something that went wrong within this connection in the past, some kind of conflict, betrayal, deceit, wrongdoing, someone trying to get away with something, somebody acting in an unbecoming manner, someone who's just not treating the other person right. I don't know if this is this Queen of Cups or your energy, or it could be something else that went awry within the relationship. But I feel like you want to leave this behind. You want this action, whatever your decision is, you want to be able to let that go along with it. So if this connection is tied to the Seven of Swords energy, you want your action of giving up on the connection itself to actually relieve you of whatever the Seven of Swords is. Does that make sense? Taurus, I feel like this connection for you, this Queen of Cups, is tied to some kind of uncomfortable situation that you would like to leave in the past. And maybe the fact that you've been fighting and defending this connection, or trying hard to maintain this connection with this Queen of Cups, is what has caused you the conflict, what's kept you hanging on to this conflict or dealing with this issue. So Sylvester hanging out in my lap, and he's just sitting here right now. He's not doing his kneading. Cats do usually he does that, makes it impossible for me to function. And lo and behold, he's gonna do it now as I'm talking about it. If he were to sit and curl up in my lap like most cats do, then I would have no problem with him being here. But alas, he keeps me from shuffling, he keeps me from being able to handle the cards, but I'm going to try to work around him. We'll see what happens. Okay, Taurus, let's get this next set out, see what else is going on for Taurus. So we have the Queen of Wands. Clarifying this 9 of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the Queen of Cups. Moon in reverse. Nine of Wands again in reverse, clarifying the Ace of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Eight of Pentacles. Five of Swords again, this time in the upright position. And then the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands on the table. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very creative, ambitious, somebody who's very active. This could be somebody who's very social. This is somebody who others admire because she's fearless. She goes after what she wants. She could be very outspoken. People are drawn to this type of person, this Queen of Wands. I feel like this is a separate person from the Queen of Cups. And I feel like I feel like I'm reading for the King of Wands. This could be a partner of yours. This could be a connection of your, and a spouse, close friend, family member. I'm not getting romantic connections in this reading, even with this Queen of Cups necessarily, but it could be that. It feels more, again, this could be workplace situation, friends. But I feel like you've been kind of fighting for this connection. You've been maybe even defending this person, helping this person out, kind of been on this person's side. It could be that the support of this Queen of Wands ultimately was affecting your connection with this Queen of Cups. This is definitely a group dynamic. It could be a situation where there is some conflict within the group or within these connections, but it feels like there is definitely some kind of issue going on where the relationships themselves are the reason behind this. And I feel like you want to fix this situation. You want to... I feel like the King of Wands is working to alleviate this Seven of Swords situation. And it could be that, again, giving up on a connection or releasing somebody, letting go of somebody, is this person's way of making things right. On the other hand, I get the feeling like you're uncertain about whether or not you want to fight for this anymore. Maybe you're uncertain about whether or not you want to continue to fight for this connection, this Queen of Wands, because it's affecting other connections within this group dynamic, workplace situation, family, whatever this is for you. It's like this energy here, fighting so hard for this connection here, has you missing out on something else. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision with regard to that, to these connections. It's almost like, you know, if you fight, if you're putting forth the energy into this connection, it's like you're having to defend your other connections. Like you're having to say, you know, is it worthwhile hanging on to this connection if it puts me on the defensive with regard to other connections or other friendships, other relationships? I would even go so far as to say this looks like it could potentially be a third party situation, but again, I'm not getting that romantic twist to the story. But I do feel like this is a group dynamic that is causing you some issues, Taurus, and I do feel like it feels like you're, you know, between a rock and a hard place right now. Like maybe you are faced with the demise of one or the other of these connections, or both, but it feels like you are faced with some kind of defeat or disappointment with regard to a connection, and it feels like you can't get away from it. It almost feels like you're having to make a very uncomfortable choice, one that has you feeling like you don't, you know, you don't have a clear understanding of what the right choice is. And I do feel like it could be that you're also uncomfortable by having to make the choice at all. But you're letting go of, it feels like this Queen of Cups. So let's get this last round out here, Taurus, and then we need to get one last card and wrap this up. We have the Two of Cups, and then the Six of Swords in reverse, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles. You know, baby boy, are you such a little man? He's such a little man. So cute. Oh, Three of Swords. There's my third party card. Three's a crowd. Fool in reverse. Star in reverse. That's interesting, that came up with the star in the upright. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think this Queen of Pentacles is this Queen of Cups also. You know, the more I look at these cards and the more I think about this King of Wands, the more I'm seeing that this King of Wands doesn't want to make this decision. I think he's in a position to do so, but I don't think he wants to make it, and I think he thinks this is a significant burden to him. Again, I get the sense that it's almost a lose-lose situation. The Queen of Pentacles, and again, I do feel like this is also the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody you don't want to lose. I mean, let's face it. And again, if you, Taurus, if you are identifying as this King of Wands, this is somebody that you're dealing with. But if you, you could also be this person if you don't identify as the King of Wands. So this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups is very loyal, compassionate, loving, somebody who works hard, somebody who puts others first, somebody who you absolutely want in your corner. I mean, this is not somebody, this is not a connection you toss in the trash. And I think that's what's so hard is it feels like there is some kind of conflict where if you battle it out, if you maintain this connection, and I do feel like this is a strong connection to it. You know, we've got the Two of Cups that just showed up here. But if you keep fighting for this connection, then you've got to let go of this one. You're stuck losing the opportunity for that connection to be stable and grounded and positive. And it's curious, it's interesting. I'm trying to figure out, you know, obviously it's tied to the Seven of Swords. There's something with the Seven of Swords. There's something that went wrong, some kind of betrayal, some kind of someone did something wrong and caused an issue that's gone unresolved. Something that I think feels like, you know, you'd like to leave behind. Feels like you're really uncertain about even dealing with this. But some kind of action needs to be taken. And I feel like the King of Wands, for whatever reason, is accepting. He doesn't like that he's having to accept this responsibility. But I think he knows that some kind of decision he makes ultimately is what will determine the outcome of these connections. And no matter what decisions made, there's going to be some grief to deal with. I think that this King of Wands realizes that if he were to let go of this Queen of Wands, if he were to stop defending and fighting for this Queen of Wands, remember she's got the Nine of Wands up here. If the King of Wands stops fighting for this connection, and he's not sure about this, I don't think there's clarity with the Ace of Swords in reverse. I don't think that he's clear on what this outcome looks like, but I think that potentially he has a choice. He has a choice with this Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, something I think that he really wants, something that he thinks would be beneficial in his life, and I think that's tied to this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. This Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I think he wants that too. See, it's very odd because this does not feel like a, I guess it could be. I mean, that's the thing, is I'm having a real hard time with this because even though the Two of Cups showed up here, and I guess this could be with the Queen and King of Wands, they could be partners, they could be spouses, significant others. And I suppose that could be the case. But the relationship with this Queen of Wands is established already for sure and very strong. And I feel like the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, could be an established relationship already. Could be something that this king has put energy into, both of these connections. Let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card. see, I'm hoping I don't have to shuffle long because Sylvester is still hanging out. And so maybe we'll get a card that pops out quickly, so I don't have to sit here and shuffle. Try not to get him off my... Okay, see, this deck is my hardest deck to shuffle because it's big. And so it's a challenging deck to work with, especially when you've got a cat in your lap. So let's get One Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Taurus. See what else we can get for Taurus. Is that the one? I'm going to take this one. Four of Pentacles in reverse. So it's a potential blockage if it's in the reverse. Taurus, I'm going to read this from the book and then we're going to wrap this up. Hopefully this will give you something else to work with and maybe some advice. I feel for you because I feel like I'm reading for this King of Wands, and I feel really strongly this is some really difficult decisions that need to be made, or do they need to be made? I mean, it's a bit of a confusing reading, if I'm being honest with you, Taurus, because I don't see like sometimes you get these kind of readings and you can see that there's one person in particular that maybe is a toxic relationship or something where they've done you wrong, or someone you would want to say goodbye to. That's not the case in this situation at all. Both this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles character, they're both significantly strong people, strong relationships, strong connections, people that would be beneficial to have in your life, but for whatever reason you can't have them both. And it's a confusing reading because I'm not seeing one way or the other which direction you should go. Taurus, it looks like it's totally up to you, and I don't envy you having this kind of decision to make at all. So 4 of Earth, and it's a potential blockage, so it's a short passage. And here we go, Taurus. Tedium and monotony often instill a desire to rush. Do not allow the desire to be free to move on to new adventures to result in careless errors or prevent you from completing a task or resolving an issue that you have before you. You might find yourself free of boredom and impatience only to feel the weightier burden of guilt and regret. Whether it be a matter that affects home and hearth or one that affects your career, do not allow impatience and frustration to cloud your judgment and lead to hasty decisions. The 4 of Earth cautions you against embracing a belief that greener pastures are waiting if you choose to walk away. In this circumstance, they are not. Well, I mean, that was pretty clear, right, Taurus? That indicates to me that maybe you feel pressured to make a decision one way or the other, and maybe it's just not time to do that. Maybe you need to sit on this for a little bit longer. Maybe you need to sit on this for a little bit longer. It could be that Spirit's saying, look, just hold out. You're going to figure out what to do, but you need to give this some more time. Think about it some more. The answer will become more clear to you on what path you should choose with some more time. Maybe you need to seek some guidance from your spirit guides. I get the feeling like they're kind of watching over you with this set of cards. They're saying, you know, Taurus, we're watching you. We're kind of helping you and moving you in the right direction, and I think that it'll become clearer with time, but based on what I'm seeing is you might be wanting to get yourself unstuck from the situation, but Spirit might be saying be patient, give it some more time, invest some more thought, invest some more energy before you make a decision one way or the other. Because if you make the wrong decision, you're going to be faced with having to deal with this. And that's going to be uncomfortable or worse. I mean, you know, it could put you in a worse situation, Taurus, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to leave that here. I hope that this reading resonated for you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like. That's always fabulous. And I really appreciate you watching, Taurus. Thank you so much. And I hope I see you again soon. And if I can reach the camera, I'm going to turn it off. Sylvester and Carmilla both say goodbye. See you next time.